Hello. The bright light is because there's ducks. There's 4 of them. Just got out of bath time. I like the way didn't do that on purpose. Anyway, I'm here right now to talk to you about this thing. It's a guitar. It's an acoustic guitar. It's about all I know about it, really. I'm not a genius on these sorts of things, but I'm going to teach you what I know. A couple of things I wrote down on a thing that I can't look at right now because that's how phones work, is to be in tune is a very important thing, and to understand how to be in tune. All of those notes are the same. Could be a E, could be a D, could be a whatever. That does not matter. All that crap from school, just throw all the letters out. We're going numbers. 0, the open note, the root note. Pick one, any string. What I'm about to teach you will apply to all of them. How it applies to the instrument is just important that all of these strings are in tune with each other. This should be an E note. It is not an E note. That's all that matters. That's really all that matters, is that you have the strings talking to each other, and you want to be able to find in music where you fit. Hum, somewhere in there. You know, you can hum. I can't do those sorts of things. Girls can, whatever. That's, you'll be able to fit inside that chord. But before you can go all the way through all those major chords and the minor chords and all the silly little diminished, whatever the things, if you want to learn and understand music without going through all the alphabet and all the things that make people, a lot of people like me at least, go, what? Why? It doesn't make sense the way you're doing it. I've wanted for a while to make a video like this explaining the way I did it. I always taught a simple punk rock song by something called tabs, tablature. Numbers is all the tabs are. Right here's the open note, a 0 on the big E string. The next string down would be the A string. Again, throw the letters out. It doesn't matter because it's not even tuned to that. Second string though, 7th fret, will be the same, should be the same as the string above it. Same situation going downwards. Right here, the 5th fret should sound like the next string down. Boom, you know how to tune a guitar because you can do that all the way down except for one spot. Right here, slide it back one. Last one. And then if you want to go further, you can, these are the same notes. One's lower, one's higher, because in music, octaves are every 12 notes. Those are the same note, just an octave different. So you have your open note, you got all the way down to this, that are the same note, and you got a whole bunch of garbage in between. What's all that garbage in between? Could be the alphabet. Could be all that craziness with the flats and the sharps and get your open note just on any of those strings, but you got to pick your root note. Your root is where everything is, the bass line for. That's where it's just where everything is tied to. It's, if you were going to play a song in E on a standard guitar, you know, standardly tuned, that'd be the E major, and you'd play all those notes within the E. All that. So here's an explanation of all the crazy things broken down in a different way. You got your root note, which, by the way, those 2 strings are the same. And then you got, for the most part, in so many songs, it's either major or minor. Major is the happy feels, minor is the sadder feels, and then there's a bunch of little ways that you can dip in between and back and forth between them to make songs interesting. If you know where those notes are, like in comparison to your root note, that's really all you need to be able to build anything. So we're going to run through major real quick. Open, 2nd fret, 4th fret, 5th fret, 7th fret, 9th fret, 11th fret, 12th fret. If I'm wrong out there, some people include the 10th for like something called pentatonic or whatever. Hey, Feel how each of them feel. And the cool thing about the guitar is it lets you play two different strings that are the same. So look, major. That's the major scale, all that, you know what they say. All you need to know is those numbers. Open, 2, 4, 5, 7, 9, 11, and the 12 is back on that original note again. So you can play any of those at any speed, whatever you want. And back to that root note, no matter where you land in the guitar, on that root note, that's how so many songs sound so great on their final note when they come back to it, because they go back to the beginning, the root. So, if you know where your root note is on all those strings, and then you know that open 2, 4, 5, 7, 9, 11, 12, you now know everything about noodling or guitar, you know, like the lead guitar on playing a major song. Because when they change chords, they still stay in key. They'll go from an E major to an A major. But all those notes are, I think in the A major it includes that 10, so, you know, like, that's where you bend back and forth, but for the most part, it's all the same. So let's take a step back, and you got your root note. You got either major or minor for the most part of most songs. Major was the happy. Minor's the sad. Now here's where, in my life, I define this as the space between happy and sad. 3rd and 4th fret. So check it out. If you're going happy, change it to sad. Just include that 3rd note. Now if you want to keep it sad, or you want to start a song sad and have a sad song, that open to the 3. It's where a lot of sad minor stuff happens. Could have minor chords. The simple numbers to that, like happy was 0245, blah blah blah. Sad is 0135. And then you got 01. You get a lot of angry stuff out of that simple. The less you change your music, the more angry it sounds. If you stay right on if you just stay on one chord, you can make a whole song on one chord. You can take that anywhere. But if you change it and only change it slightly, that's where you get like the most dramatic build. Somehow less is more in music. So the minor numbers there. 1 is open, root note, 1, 3, 5, 6, 7. And really I play the whole. Maybe skipping the 9. It's up to you, because you don't have to stick minor, you don't have to stick major. When you slide away from it, even just briefly in a song, that actually gives it so much more flavor and spice and taste and sound and volume and interest, and it can make so much. That's the difference between the 3 and the 4 note right there. So, to recap, major 02, 4, 5, 7, 9, 11, 12. Minor 0, 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. A major. maybe not the 9, 10, 11, 12. And once you can understand that and apply it all over the guitar, like I said, it's the same next string down. It's typically the A string. We're not tuned to that. Still can make that major happy sound or the minor by following those tunes. Major. Minor. So, keep your stuff in tune. Figure out your harmonics. That's what I was trying to do. And figure out where you want to go from there. The best advice I can give you, as far as if you want to write a song, is to just go between either one simple chord and just write something to that, la-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da, or the fifth. You may have noticed that the fifth was in both major and minor. That's like the middle of the road for music. Going up a fifth, you can keep it major or minor. And you can go anywhere from there, or you can just keep going back and forth to the root note. Write just about anything to that. If you want to add just a little spice and flavor to your songs, 90% of songs in general are the major chords, but only these two: open, the fifth, and the seventh. Of minor songs are the open and the fifth and the third. Oh, she left me, she stole my truck and my dog. That's a typical country song. So there's the feels, there's the how you do it. All you really need to understand is the feel of tuning, and you can put your guitar anywhere you want it. There's no rules. I could tune all the rest of the strings to way the heck down there. As a matter of fact, many hard rock songs take that one string on the guitar and tune it down 2 spaces, 1 whole step, and then they play drop D, which is the same as putting these 2 strings, the first and the third, in the same octave, whatever key together. Heard about there. So when they hit this string, and this string, you're playing the open, the fifth, which is that note, and the octave all together. And it sounds pretty good, and it especially sounds really good and hard. For good hard metal songs, they play minor on, drop D, which is. Simple. To bring everything in tune, I could go to the fifth and next one open, but that's not going to be right anymore because I dropped it down. Now that's on the seventh. You hear that little wobble in there? That means you're slightly off. Play that note elsewhere on the guitar, you can kind of verify to yourself that everything's in tune. Bonus little trick for you: harmonics. If you lightly leave your finger on the 5th fret on any string and pluck it, pull away, you'll hear that. If you go 1 string down, 2 frets over, it should be the same. That's specifically on the 5th and the 7th. can tune a lot more tight and perfect like that. You can tune in any direction, up or down the guitar, does not matter. You can start in the middle. And as long as you find where all those notes match up together, you don't have to be an expert. Just get the guitar in tune so it sounds good when it plays together, and figure out what notes you want to play. Noodle around, you'll figure it out.